Hi guys, this is your reading for Sunday the 21st of January. I hope you've had a wonderful start to the year and that you've had a good January so far. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of today. And this is the classic tarot that I'm using. Oh, that's always nice. The Four of Wands, so celebration, happiness, the High Priestess, source of all knowledge, and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay, so we've got wisdom. Right, so first of all, the Four of Wands is a celebration. You can see these two getting married there. Celebrating, the whole town is behind them. They're just coming up behind the hill. You can't see them just yet. We've got all of this feast there, so it's abundance. We've got these flowers connecting these wands. So it's all about celebrating. It's about having a good time. It's about celebrating the fact that these two have found love. They're very different. He or she, it's not really clear, is all about passion and listening to their feelings and intuition. And she's much more practical and joyous, and she acts on what makes her happy. That's the thing that kind of guides her in life. And they've come together, and even though they're very different, opposites attract, and they're married, and it's a big success, and they're walking through this doorway into their future, and it looks like a very prosperous and abundant life that they've got ahead of them. So this is 11-11, the two ones there you can see, 2 and 2. If it's a digital clock, this would be 11-11. And 11-11 represents a major new beginning and a fresh start. So the fresh start that you get on this day feels really positive, and it's about the union of you and your wisdom and your knowledge and your intuition and your guidance. It can be another person, someone who informs you in a sense and says, do you know what, you can actually do this, and I'm going to show you how, or I'm going to support you. But it's much more likely that it's about how you feel and how informed you are, because we have the High Priestess there. The High Priestess is the second card of the major arcana. And what's interesting as well is that it's 2. So 1 and 2 is a relationship. So the day is about relationships in general. It's about you connecting either with spirituality or another person. The High Priestess is passive. She's inactive, but she really knows everything. She's got the scroll there. And that's really the Akashic records in a nutshell there that she's holding. She has access to everything. Trees grow out of her. She is what supports and nurtures everything. She's the spiritual cause. She's the Alpha and Omega. She's the beginning and the end. She's beyond good and evil. This is just knowledge in its purest form. And that is something that you have a very strong connection with today. And we've got a door here, and we've got a door here as well. So it's about moving into a space where you have all knowledge and you can connect with another person and really see them for what they are, or you can see yourself for who you are, and you can listen to your guidance and hear it very clearly. So if you're soul searching, if you're someone who doesn't know exactly what to do with their lives, if you don't know what it is you love or who you love or what your life purpose is or what you're meant to do with your life, it's a great day to meditate on that and to ask those questions. It's a great day to have a reading. It's a wonderful day to reflect on all of these things and to really look at the kind of tree that you want to grow, and the tree being a metaphor for your life. What kind of life do you want to live? Finally, we have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is the Ocean Queen. We've got all these mermaids here. The Suit of Cups has to do with feelings, intuition, and really being the master of the intuition. So yes, we have all knowledge, and we have really being able to connect with these higher realms of information, which is the High Priestess. But the way you get there is through your feelings, through your intuition, through your guidance. So meditate on this day, connect with your inner self. You're not going to access the Akashic records or the collective unconscious by going on a trip and getting someone to tell you what the answers are. The trip that you're taking is inward, and it's the inward journey that is going to give you all the answers. It's not an external journey, it's inward. The Queen of Cups also represents healing through spiritual healing, hands-on healing, because it's water, and she is someone who can nurture things to make them much better than they are without her influence, without her support, and without her care. Usually cups are just regular little chalices. This is more of a trophy, and it's this giant trophy because she has put a lot of energy into it and she's worked at it, and because she's nurtured it, it's thrived in its own right. So by listening to your feelings, they are something that you can trust. They are going to support you. They are going to help you thrive. They're going to help you grow. So if you've got a problem in your life today, if there's something about you that has always just been problematic, and that we all have parts of ourselves that we don't like, right? So maybe if you have if you drink too much, for instance, or you have a problem with being overly abrupt to people and you don't like people very much, and your default setting is to be rude or dismissive, or you have a quick temper, or you don't follow things through, or you are negative and you see the worst in things before you see the positive. These are all qualities that we all have at some point in our lives, and that we can look at and say, I don't really like this about myself so much. I don't want to nurture that. Instead, I want to replace it with something else and nurture that. So it's not about criticizing yourself, but it's about really seeing who you are, seeing yourself with loving kind of maternal eyes and saying, I'm just a person, I'm flawed like everyone else, and I'm striving to be the best person I can be. By nurturing yourself and having that understanding about yourself and your connection with other people, you can really pour a lot of loving energy into making those changes and replacing things that are difficult and changing habit patterns around. And by making those changes, you can end up in a position where it's much easier for you to connect with other people on a practical, tangible level. If you kind of streamline yourself and you make yourself more attractive as an individual, as a personality, this isn't about looks. It's about the energy and the vibration you give off. So if you're someone who is prone to criticism and to criticize other people very much, you're going to notice that people kind of pull away from you because no one likes to be criticized excessively. Whether it's constructive criticism or not, if you keep doing that, for example, then people are going to not spend as much time with you because they would prefer to be around people who support them. Yes, men. People who say, oh, aren't you wonderful? So there's a time and place for everything, and I'm not saying that you should never criticize anyone, but I'm saying that if it's an excessive kind of personality trait, then if you recognize that today and lovingly say, do you know what, I'm going to change this about myself, I'm going to try and look at the positives in people, you can really make progress with that. You can understand yourself better, and that's going to have an impact on your actual relationships in your life, and it means that you're happier and that the people around you are happier and that you can create more of a sense of community. Both of these women are alone and isolated, and they're doing the inner work. And sometimes you need peace and quiet, and you need to take yourself out of the busyness of life to really look at what's going on within you, so that you can when you do take action again, that you take the right action. So sometimes we have to be introverted and we have to be reflective and we have to contemplate who we are. Not just for the sake of it, but because we want to make positive changes. Today is one of those days you can really make huge positive changes within yourself, and they're going to then have a positive effect on your real life that's going to serve you for the future. So really use this opportunity today to better yourself in a way and to become the person that you've always wanted to be, and your relationships are going to be much easier moving forward. 4 and 2 is 6. And a court card is 1, so that's 7. 7 is about mind and creativity. So get creative in terms of the way you see yourself. Look at your mind in itself, the way you think, the way you perceive yourself and the world. And if there's anything you don't like, feel empowered enough to say, I can actually change this about myself. And you'll have a positive outcome as a result of those changes. So I hope you have a great day. Take some time for yourself. Maybe if walking in nature is what gets you to connect to yourself. And we've got a lot of water here. So if you've got a beach near you, maybe take a trip to the beach. Or go take a walk in the mountains. Or if you are happiest indoors, then sit down and meditate and just connect with your inner self that way. Whatever gets you in the zone where you feel like you can think clearly and where the fog kind of clears a little bit and you can look at what's going on in an effective way. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.